Hi everyone, welcome to the Pick a Card series. This is Green Aventurine Tarot and I'm Gigi. I'm so happy you're here. These are general readings and if it resonates, it's meant for you. All right, we're continuing our Pick a Card series, Lost Earring Edition. And the question today is, whatever happened to my long lost friend? All right, so we have three piles. We have pile number one, which is turquoise earring. Pile number two is freshwater pearl. And pile number three is garnet earring. And I'm using these because many moons ago I lost the other earring. So I'm going to use today's question with my lost earrings so we can find out whatever happened to your long lost friend. Okay? So take a deep breath and think about the pile that most resonates for you when you're thinking about this long lost friend. All right? And I'll have timestamps below. Take a deep breath. All right. All right. If you picked pile number one, which is turquoise earring, let's get started. Okay. All right. And the question is, whatever happened to my long lost friend? So let's tap into the energy of when you last saw them. I have the Wheel of Fortune and I have the Ace of Spells. So it looks like they were a very lucky person. They had a lot going on. Their future looked really bright. And so I think that's why you resonate with them. They had this really amazing sort of energy about them. And it looks like with this Ace of Spells, they were on some sort of journey. I think that they wanted to go seek more opportunities. Something popped up for them where they wanted to go and check this out. So I think that there was an opportunity that presented itself. They sort of were in the right place at the right time. And then they went forward to discover this new opportunity. They weren't sure about it, but they went ahead and tried it out. That's the energy of maybe around that time that you last saw them, they were on some sort of quest or some sort of journey. And I think they were kind of being kind of spontaneous. I get that feeling. This is very sort of lucky, kind of happy-go-lucky energy. That's the energy of this person. And then as far as your connection with them, it looks like we have the Star card and the Eight of Cups. So what I'm seeing about your connection with this person is it looks like you both really connected. You had both been through a lot, and there was a friendship that was about sort of starting new and fresh. Maybe you guys had a lot in common at that period of time, and you really connected. There was something that you both had been through that was very it's solidifying for your connection. It's almost like you were meant to know each other. Okay. And then with this connection, it just looks like the world was sort of in a place where they had to move on with this Eight of Cups. I feel like this may not have had anything to do with you. This feels like maybe they were leaving a family, leaving a relationship, leaving a job. They actually just decided to walk away. And I think that's why it's still such a mystery for you. It's like, whatever happened to them? But it looks like you were aware of their urge to wanting to move on. That's the feeling I'm getting. I think you had awareness around that. And you just haven't been able to find them, maybe with social media or whatever. Maybe there was a name change. It's like, whatever happened to them? They just sort of left, even though there was such a great connection there. All right. And then sort of tapping into their present day energy. What I'm feeling here is that they followed this sort of dream or idea, with this sort of dragon, this passion, they sort of just went forward with this fiery kind of energy, and they were all always sort of known as being very lucky, and they thought it would all kind of fall into place. And what it looks like here, it looks like something pretty intense happened. They've had an ending to something with this 10 of blades. They worked very hard. See the skier finishing? So they worked very hard for this, and they finished something that was very intense for them and a bit overwhelming. Yeah. Interesting. This could have been someone who was very athletic too. I do get that energy. But whatever it was, just recently, right now, they're done with it. So they've finished something, and now they're very cautious with this Knight of Pentacles energy. I feel like they are very, very cautious now, and they move forward. I think they were sort of stung, it's sort of like they played with this sort of dragon energy, and it was pretty overwhelming. And they sort of recovered, and now they're being more cautious with this, and they have more experience, and they're more cautious. They're more cautious in general with this Knight of Pentacles energy. So that's kind of where they're at now. And then sort of how this feels for both of you with this energy. I've got the Seven of Swords, and I've got the Four of Pentacles. So it feels like, yeah, feels like he or she, I feel like a man, but this could be a woman too. I feel like in their current energy, they have felt like something was taken away from them with the Seven of Swords energy, and they're very cautious. And see, with this sort of this sword, this intense blade energy that finished, and now they're very cautious and they are very careful. And then with this Four of Pentacles energy, it could have been that they had an interaction or divorce or something very intense where money, now they're very careful with their money, and they really hold on to their yeah, they're very careful, and they hold on to things. Something they didn't know about when you knew them, now they're sort of a little more, I don't want to say jaded, but that's kind of the energy I'm feeling. They're very cautious. They're holding on to things because they don't want anything else to be taken. That's kind of their current energy, yeah. And how they kind of look at the world. That's kind of what these represent, kind of their world view. They're very cautious. I feel like they've been through a lot. Yes. And then with this beautiful oracle card, this is the rose quartz and the olive tree. And it's the alchemy of love card. And what it says here, peace offering, compassion, and Venus energy. So I have a feeling, this is really interesting. I have a feeling there's going to be a whole new rebirth for them. I feel like they've been through so much. I feel like they're going to tap back into that sort of energy, how you knew them, that real lucky kind of, yeah, let's see what happens. Why not? That kind of energy. They've been through a lot, and they're in a different place now. But I feel like with this healing, this rose quartz and this olive tree healing, and this sort of beautiful peace, this dove, the peace symbol, I feel like they're now ready to soften. Yeah, they have more of a soft energy. And I think they don't want to be in this consciousness of always holding back and feeling like they're kind of concerned about things being taken emotionally, spiritually, and physically. I think they're sort of making a peace with them. They're at peace with themselves, and they're learning to start fresh and new. Yeah, that's kind of the energy. So whatever they're up to, I feel like they've been through a lot, and I feel like they're now sort of transforming. Yeah. And if you cannot reach them, and maybe you've already tried, and that's why you're here, what I would suggest is visualizing this card, visualizing roses and the olive tree and rose quartz, and hold rose quartz in your hand. Here's some rose quartz. Hold it in your hand and pray about them, and tell them you wish them well. You wish them peace, compassion, and love. Yeah, because they need it right now. Yeah, they've been through a lot. Yeah, I I got a little download as I was talking. They've been tumbled. It's like they've been tumbling. They really went through the ringer. Something major happened to them, and they are now learning to maybe tap into their spiritual self and be more soft and more loving. Yeah, so that's what happened with them. And that's pile number one. And that's my beautiful turquoise lost earring pile. All right. Thank you so much for picking that pile. All right. If you picked pile number two, which is freshwater pearl, let's get started. Okay. All right. So the question is, whatever happened to my long lost friend? All right. And so, kind of tapping into their energy right here, I have the Three of Wands and I have the Eight of Challenges. So it looks like they were really, when you knew them, I'm tapping into the energy of when you last saw them. And what I'm feeling with this is that they felt very trapped. They were in a situation where they wanted to move forward and they had a great vision with this Three of Wands. They wanted to go forward. They almost felt like, things would be better if they moved forward with something. They've been planning, and maybe they have shared with you what that was, and you're kind of wondering now today, like if that ever manifested. But it feels like they almost felt like it was their destiny to move forward with something. Yes. And they were very passionate about this. And then with this Eight of Challenges, they were very trapped. They felt very stuck, and wherever you lived or whatever the job was or the connection was, you knew about this, and they were wanting to be free from something and pursue sort of their destiny, and they felt very trapped, and they really wanted to get out of this, and they weren't sure how to do it. That's the energy I'm feeling. Yeah. And it almost feels like there was something holding them back, and maybe you guys had long conversations about this. It feels like yeah, like they wanted to have you give them advice on this. And I think you had long conversations about how to not feel so trapped or how to get out of that situation. All right. And then sort of tapping into the energy you had together even more. This is the Page of Swords, and then we have the King of Cups. And with these two cards, it feels like you offered them a lot of really great ideas. I think you did research on this, on ways to get out of this situation, places to go, resources. That's what this feels like with this Page of Swords energy. And with the King of Cups, it feels like you were the one that really was a lot more emotionally available. I think that this could be them, this could be their energy too, this King of Cups, but I kind of feel like it was your energy, and I feel like you indeed wanted to be very emotionally available while they were going through this sort of trying to find out how to get to this next thing. And I think you were very helpful. That's what Spirit is saying here. You were very helpful in being that sort of catalyst for them to move forward. Yes, yes, yes. And then looking at their current energy of what's going on with them with this Ace of Vessels and this Empress card, I feel like indeed something started for them, maybe a marriage, a partnership, a connection. They were able to start something fresh, okay? And then through that, there's an Empress card here, and maybe they became a parent. They started a family, marriage, some sort of connection where indeed they were able to have that kind of mother energy. This could have been they partnered with someone who became a parent. They could have married someone who was a parent. But with this Empress energy, there was definitely nurturing, and then with this Ace of Vessels energy, there was definitely some sort of mothering energy in this, or parent energy. Yeah, very strong. Okay, so that's their current energy. And then let's tap into maybe what's happening from here forward. With the Two of Swords and the King of Cups, it's interesting because we have the King of Cups twice. So what I'm feeling is that they indeed did maybe partner with this King of Cups energy and the Empress energy. They maybe indeed did connect and start a family. Maybe this is something they had talked with you about with this energy. So it's definitely happening in the current energy into the future. So this person is definitely still the one that they maybe mentioned is still in their energy. But what's interesting about this Two of Swords, they're sort of reluctant. I wonder what's going on. So there might be some sort of shakeup in their connection. Okay. And I'm wondering if they're deciding if they want to go forward with this connection. And that wouldn't be that unusual, if they had moved on and moved away from this energy, and then you sort of helped them get to this other place. They got there, and then a new thing happened, and then marriage and family sort of flowed from that. But now in this sort of present future energy, feels like they may indeed be deciding if they want to move forward. Yeah. So maybe they're kind of going through some stuff right now. Yes. And then with this beautiful energy right here, let's read through this. This is the labradorite and the blue lotus flower. And this is what it says: psychic gifts, wise sage, awareness, and a call to action. Okay, so what I'm reading from this is that maybe they've grown apart. Maybe one of them has gotten more tuned in to their psychic gifts and their more awareness, and their more sort of spiritual awareness, and the other person is maybe not wanting to join them with that, and that's been very hard for them, and they're sort of deciding how they want to go forward with that. So indeed, if they had talked to you in the past of wanting to tap in to more of their psychic powers or more of their spiritual work, sounds like they are indeed working on that right now, but it feels like they may not have a lot of support around that. That's sort of the energy I'm feeling. Yeah. And that's sort of, they're making decisions right now. And if you can't find them, there could be a name change. They could be in another country. It's hard, with people that don't do the social media stuff. A lot of people just aren't into that, and so they're harder to sort of reconnect with. So if you can't reach them for whatever reason, I would definitely focus on this energy right here, this beautiful labradorite and blue lotus flower energy, and really, tune in to the blue kind of energy and pray for them, definitely. And, give them freedom, just like you gave them this beautiful advice to move forward. You can do it spiritually, and you can tell them you are special and you do have beautiful psychic abilities, and don't let anyone darken your light. Keep your light shining. And you can pray for them on that, and put some sort of blue candle out and say a prayer for them, and definitely put that energy out so they can really tap into their throat chakra and speak up for themselves to move forward. Yeah. All right. Wow, that was really interesting. Well, thank you for picking Freshwater Pearl Earring, for helping us find this lost friend. All right, if you picked pile 3, which is Garnet Earring, let's get started. Okay. All right. So the question is, whatever happened to my long lost friend? All right. So I'm going to tap into the energy of when you knew them. So we have the Page of Pentacles and we have the Four of Challenges. So what it feels like to me is this person was very earthy and very tapped into who they are. They had a real young energy. I think you knew them when they were a younger person with this Page of Pentacles energy. And it feels like, yeah, it feels like they were very exhausted and they needed a break. And so whatever it was that you were in, that you witnessed with them, or maybe worked with them, or was good friends with them, sort of whatever that beautiful connection was, you recognized that they were indeed exhausted and they needed a break with this Four of Challenges card. And indeed, I think they wanted, yeah, I almost get that feeling like they wanted to move to the country. They wanted to be, that Page of Pentacles energy is a very earthy, kind of younger, earthy energy. So I feel like they had, maybe they were really into camping, going out into nature, hiking. This person was really interesting, but they were very exhausted. So something was really draining them. All right. And then your energy together at that time, it looks like, yes, indeed, they wanted to take trips with this Three of Wands energy. And you did have this really great connection with this Ten of Cups energy. This could have also even been romantic with this person. And it feels like, but the friendship was so strong that it really feels like, or if it wasn't romantic, it was almost like you guys had a circle of people around you that were really loving. And that's why you're sort of wondering about them. What happened? We had such a great connection. And it looks like they indeed wanted to move forward. They almost felt like it was their destiny to move forward. And so I think this sort of taking a break from everything was really kind of something they had to do in order to move forward. Okay. And they indeed could have talked to you about this. But maybe they weren't specific enough, and that's why they're lost. So, or maybe they had three or four, because there's some threes here. So maybe they had three different ideas that they were talking about. And so maybe they did indeed pick one of them, and it's been harder to find them. Also, with that surfing energy, they could be in another country that has a lot of surfing. They could indeed be traveling and going to different destinations that involve ocean and beaches and surfing. There's a lot of water here, so I feel like water might be part of it as well, with that kind of earthy energy. And then tapping into their current energy, what I'm seeing is with the Four of Blades and the Hierophant, we have it again. The Four of Challenges is the same as the Four of Blades. So indeed, they really are, I feel like, yeah, I feel like they sort of dropped out. I feel like they really wanted to have a lifestyle where they weren't in the rat race. I really feel like they were, what's the word? Yeah, sort of like, I've known a couple people like this in my life. They sort of surf in the warmer months and then they ski in the cooler months, and they always somehow find a way to have money in their pocket. They kind of know, they kind of go with the activities, with the seasons. And that could be it. Yeah, I feel almost like this person is very much off grid. And if they are, they may have a different name. They may have sort of reinvented themselves. But I have a clue here that if they did rename themselves, it's a very earthy name, like River or, Bear or something like that. That's the energy I feel, or a flower name. And then with this Hierophant energy, they really are on a spiritual quest. I feel like they knew that this is how they would feel more aligned with spirit, is by living a different lifestyle. Yeah, that's the energy I'm feeling. Yeah, they really are very spiritual. They may have tapped into a spiritual community, but they definitely are really tapped in. I get a really, yeah, they really are someone who acknowledges the greater sort of purpose for all of us being here. I feel that, yeah. And then tapping into their current and future energy, what I'm feeling here is we have the Six of Wands and we have the Knight of Cups. So it's interesting. I feel like there's a lot of youthful people around them and people that I feel like they're teaching them something. That's the energy, this victory card. But I feel like it's a younger person on horseback. And then with the Knight of Cups, it's a younger energy on horseback. So I feel like they're mentoring people on how to sort of tap in to this lifestyle of sort of doing things a little more alternatively. Yeah, there's younger people that are maybe asking their advice and they're helping them. Yeah, that's the energy I'm feeling. And he's very good at it. He or she is very good at this with this King of Wands energy. People come from all over to get their advice and to learn whatever the skill is, surfing, skiing, outdoorsmanship. There's something that they are traveling. Look at the horse energy. They're traveling to find out about this. And this tends to be younger people. Could be people of all ages, but in this imagery, it could be that they have, oh, yeah, okay, I got a little download. Maybe this person has children now and they're teaching them this skill as well. Yeah. And then let's get a little message here. It's the Ethiopian opal, and it says fertile ground, Pegasus, unicorn energy, rainbow child. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And that has two Pegasuses. Say that 5 times really fast. This has two Pegasus frolicking here with the opal over the top of them. And so what I'm feeling with this fertile ground, yeah, yes, I feel like this person is definitely teaching younger people these skills. These could indeed be his or her children that they're teaching this skill to, but I feel like they did move forward. I really do feel that. And with this lovely sort of, it's almost like they had this just great idea to manifest this group energy where everybody felt loved and nourished, and they moved forward with this energy with the Three of Swords, and they really did learn how to have a life that is may not be for everyone but feels very good for them. Yeah. And I'm almost positive this involves outdoor activities. Yeah. And teaching the next generation how to do this skill. All right. Ooh, that was fun. All right. Thanks for picking pile 3, which is garnet earring. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope one or more of these resonated with you in finding your long lost friend. And even though you may not be able to find them, just remember, just give them a beautiful prayer and wish them well on their journey. And if they're meant to find you, they probably will at some point. And if not, you know what? It sounds like you are indeed a beautiful friend to be wondering and thinking about them. All right, everyone, take good care. And if this resonated with you, please like and subscribe and share. It helps a lot. All right, take good care.